Hello everybody, this is Animagus, you can call me Annie for short. Today I'm going to be talking about how to create stairs in your house. We're going to create different types of stairs. The first staircase that I'm going to build and show you how to create is going to be just a straight up staircase that's going to be along this wall and then along this wall. The goal of my staircase is to not cover up this entryway. I might clip the corner here, but I don't want to cover that up. So let's get into it. I'm going to be using a lot of beam platforms. I'm not going to be using the small platforms. A lot of people, they use those to create staircases, but these are 3 points each. Beams are 1 point. So it would be great to conserve your points. So I'm going to start off with these beams. I'm going to shrink them down to 80%. Then I'm going to tuck it against the wall, making sure that it touches that wall. Then I'm going to bring it about there. Then I'm going to push it down about halfway into the floor. So now I'm going to place my second beam. Going to turn to the side, make sure that it's there, make sure that it's lined up on the left. Need to move it over a little bit. Here we go. Alright. So all of the beams, I'm shrinking them down to 80%, moving them over, looking at it from the side. Making sure that every time you can see about half of it from the front. Now, I am going to use a small platform here, tuck it up into the corner. I'm going to raise it a little bit. I'm going to have it there just so I can make sure that the beam and that connect. So bring it down. Alright, want to bring the beam, making, or the platform here, making sure that you can see half of it from the front. Now I'm going to enlarge it a little bit just so it looks right with the steps. I may end up covering up more of that doorway than I want to. But, you know what? For the sake of the video, I'm just going to keep going. Alright. So, basically, I think you get the gist of it. You would just do the same thing going up. Now, for this particular situation where I want to have a wide doorway because I want my really pretty, awesome kitchen to be seen right when you walk in the house, this type of staircase is just not okay because it would cover up part of that doorway. So, let's talk about a different type of staircase that will work. This one is a little bit more involved. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a staircase that starts in the same spot, but it escalates and it curves as it goes. And I'm not going to be using a platform at all. I'm going to be using all beams for this. So we're going to start off with the same concept here. I want to make sure that the beam touches the wall, and then I'm going to press Shift and 2 to move it down, and then I'm going to push half of it down into the floor. So then I'm going to do the same thing. Right. Need to push that first one down a little bit. Alright. Whoops, didn't mean to click that. Alright. Now, I'm going to start the curve. So, what I want to do is place it on top of that stair. Then I'm going to hit Shift 2, then 2 again. And then I'm going to click this blue circle. I'm going to turn it about, I don't know, 6 or 7 degrees. Then I'm going to bring it out, push it down to where half of the stair is visible. You know what? Actually, no. I just looked at it, and the goal is to not cover that doorway up. So I'm going to keep going straight a little bit. Push it halfway down. Move it out. There we go. Shrinking everything down to 80%. Alright, I think I am going to start curving it. Alright. I'm going to go, let's do 6 degrees. Now you can see that there's a gap there. In my opinion, that's okay. If that really bothers you, then you could move it down a little bit. Covering up half. Might end up having to tweak these steps. We will see. So every time I'm going to try to do it 6 degrees. That one I did about 10 degrees. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it to make it look the way that I want it to look. Place it on top. I'm going to turn it a little bit more. So, as you can tell, now it's kind of creating this open corner. That means that when you go up the steps, if that corner is not covered, then you're going to fall down. I will show you later how to alleviate that problem. So whenever you are making this, it's not super important that this looks clean right here, because you can cover that imperfection up if it's messy. You can do it with a big column. Oh, that one is not curved enough. I'm going to curve this one more. So I'm going to be covering up a little bit more on the left, just to not have a gap on the right of each step. So I'm trying not to let these stairs get really narrow over here. They might be a little bit more narrow than at the bottom. And if that's the case, then I may or may not tweak it. We'll see. Have this really bad habit of exiting out of edit mode. I am so sorry. Yeah, the stairs are just going to be a little narrow there. I may tweak it. I think I'm gonna have to tweak it. I'm not okay with how that looks. But for now, I'm going to keep going. So now you can see that it is perpendicular to that wall. So now, all I got to worry about is going up. I don't have to worry about curving. Yep. So now, rather than keeping that staircase going and making this longer than it needs to be, because you get the gist of it, you just keep going as you go. So if I look at it from this way, it covers up that corner just a little bit, but that's easy to fix. And right here, it starts getting a little messy looking. So I'm just going to take a column and I'm going to put it there. Yep. So now you can't tell that it's messy. And that is how I create a curved staircase. So now, let's talk about how to fix this problem right here, because I am not okay with that. So I'm going to make the left look even messier. I'm going to start pushing things to the left over here. Because again, you can cover that up. It looks like a mess, but so there we go. So it looks messy, but again, cover it up. So that is how I create a staircase that curves. Now you can cover that little bit up with some plants. I love plants for the aesthetic. But also because it covers things up. So there we go. You can't really tell because the plant covers that up on the left. Then you can decorate, put you some leaves at the bottom, etc. So that is how I create that kind of a staircase. So I'm going to be posting another video on how to create a grand staircase. The staircase is going to be one that I have one right here, I have one right here, and they're going to connect up there. This room is not particularly ideal for that because I have these wide doorways on the left and the right, but for the sake of just showing you how to do that, I will cover those doorways up. I can just delete them when I'm done. So I hope that it helps you with creating those two different styles of stairs. I'm going to be, like I said, posting the one on the grand staircase, and I'm going to be posting one on how to create a spiral staircase. Catch y'all later.